Thank you Vladislav Nikolaevich and Mario for becoming channel members. Your support is truly appreciated. Second ever Mass Toys custom figure is here, but is it any good? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna take a look at the new Scarlet Neighbor or Kaine Spider-Man by Mass Toys. And a big thank you to them for sending this figure for a review. As always, if you want to get your copy, use my links in the video description. They are all affiliated, so you will help out the channel without any extra cost for you. Recently Mass Toys Superior Spider-Man went up for pre-order and I covered all the promo images, so in case you are interested, check out that video. Link is also in the description. I already reviewed their Symbiote Spidey, and as you can see, the boxes are very similar, but as I said, Kaine is their second ever release. It is a custom figure using that KO 2.0 Revoltech Spidey body that I love so much, so I'm expecting that this guy will be as good as their symbiote. Let's get started. First, a quick look at the packaging, and it's a windowless red and black box with a big spider symbol in front. Down here it says 1/12 action figure Scarlet Neighbor. Mass Toys logo is here in the corner. There's nothing on this side of the box. On the back we have the same spider symbol, but the colors are now reversed. And we have some warnings down here, nothing on the other side, names on the top, more warnings on the bottom, but now, let's open it up and let's take a look at the figure. Here is Mass Toys Kaine Spider-Man out of the box, and he looks beautiful. I love the colors, of course, because red and black are the colors of the logo of the channel, so this guy could be like an action display Spider-Man, you know. But as expected, joints are nice and sturdy, bicep cuts were stuck at first when I pulled the figure out of the box, but after applying some heat with a hairdryer, they work perfectly. Kaine is around 15.7 centimeters tall, meaning that he is the exact same size as previous Symbiote Spidey, and here is how the two look side by side. We'll get into more size comparison a little bit later in the video, but the proportions here look as expected if you ever had a chance to mess around with any of these Revoltech Spidey knockoffs. I love the matte finish on the whole body. The figure looks much better this way than when it has a glossy finish. Here is a closer look at the head sculpt, and it's a simple smooth head with a slight paint chipping here on the forehead, but nothing too terrible. Eyes are sculpted and painted in, but this red is slightly darker than on the rest of the suit. That's maybe because it's painted over the black plastic, so it got darker. Spider symbol on the chest is really well done. It is also sculpted, raised up a little bit, and cleanly painted. No paint issues here. Here is how it looks on his back, same as on the box. Colors are now inverted from what we saw on the chest, and everything is still well sculpted and painted. Parts of spider legs are on the butterfly joints, so look what happens when we move them. They made a full spider symbol underneath, so that works for the most part when you move these joints, but not so much when you push them forwards all the way, like this. Then we have duplicated legs. But that's on the back, and it's something that most of the time you won't even see or even pay attention to, so it's fine. It's an action figure after all. They have to sculpt it somehow to make it look good. The rest of the body is practically the same as their symbiote, and even that CT 2.0 Spidey KO. It's the same mold, but here it is mostly red, except the upper part and the fingers. Muscles are nicely sculpted, and again, with that matte finish, they look smooth and they are much better visible. So overall, this guy looks great, and after their symbiote, I was actually expecting that. Let's now take a look at his articulation. The head and the neck give you a great range of movement, and you can hear that squeaky plastic. That means that the joints are nice and tight. You can turn the head 360. He has a great side-to-side tilt. Here's how far he looks down and up. We have those nice butterfly joints, and together with those Revoltech shoulder ball joints, here is how far the arms go across the chest, and here is how far they go across his back. Arms rotate 360, they go out all the way. We have a tight and squeaky bicep swivel. A little bit of shock oil will do wonders here. Then we have two more swivels in the elbows, and elbows bend in all the way. We have a swivel in the wrists, and they hinge in all directions. We have two cuts in the torso, here and down here, and together they give you a great range of movement. He can rotate side to side and we get a great side to side tilt. This is how far he can bend forward and here is how far he can bend back. This piece here is just a cover and then the crotch piece is made out of a rubbery plastic. He can spread his legs all the way. Here is how far they move forward and back. We have a tie cut, knees that bend in all the way, a boot cut, another swivel in the ankles, feet move forward, back. We have a nice toe joint and a generous ankle pivot. As expected, the articulation on this figure is fantastic, same as on their previous Symbiote Spidey. Just make sure you heat up the plastic or use a little bit of oil for the joints before you start messing around with the figure for the first time out of the box. Let's now take a look at his accessories. He comes with an alternate head that has an angry face expression and the eyes are squinted, unlike the first head, and yeah, this looks great, same as on their Symbiote Spidey. It's nice to have these kinds of options. He comes with 6 pairs of hands. We get a pair of fisted hands that are already on the figure, a pair of wall crawling hands, a pair of gripping hands, a pair of dynamic open hands, a pair of relaxed hands, and a pair of whipping hands, and these have peg holes. And that is because he also comes with a pair of these web shooting effects, and these have pegs on the end here, and they plug into these whipping hands, and this works perfectly. We also get another tray in this set, and here we get another pair of web shooting effects, and we know all of these, we saw them before. They also peg into these whipping hands like this, but then he also comes with a pair of his wrist spikes. These are made out of light yellow plastic, but they look good. They are kind of sharp, although they are made out of a rubbery, softer material, but be careful because again, this has a sharp point like a needle. Switching out to the hands is really simple. These pop off and this is how the wrist joint looks, and let's give him his whipping hands. They pop on easily and this is how that looks, but let's also give him his spike. We have to remove the hand. This little loop goes around the wrist. We pop the hand back on and here is now how that looks. Fisted hands have a peg hole, so these web effects can also plug into here, and now he's holding his web. We can also switch out the head, pop this one off, and we have that neck joint that is curved under an angle, and the alternate head pops on without any issues. Yeah, this looks great. And finally he comes with a nice custom stand. We get this custom display base. I don't know if this is a sticker, I believe it is, but the print is really nice and it even has a little bit of texture on it in contrast to the glossy smooth surface of the black plastic. Here's the other side of the base. But then we get this wired bendable neck for the stand and I love this. I talked about it when I was reviewing their Symbiote Spidey. This is a beautiful stand, a beautiful neck that is fully bendable without any resistance, without any issues. It feels high quality, nice and premium. It has some weight to it, and on this side we see the screw because it goes in like this. We screw it in. We also get this clamp that pegs in at the top, and now we have a nice wired stand. And it holds the figure without any issues. But let's now compare this guy to some other figures. Here he is once again with the previous Mass Toys Symbiote Spidey, and on the other side the City Toys knockoff of Revoltech 2.0 Spidey. And this is practically the same body mold that Mass Toys is using for their figures, because Mass Toys, City Toys, they are practically the same company, only one makes knockoffs, the other one makes customs. Again, practically the same bodies, but Mass Toys bodies are slightly larger than the City Toys one. It looks like the same mold, the same general idea, but these guys definitely look taller and bigger. Whatever the case may be, I love all three of these figures. They look fantastic. The plastic feels really good, especially on these Mass Toys figures. So yeah, I love the fact that I have all three of these in my collection, and I can't wait to see their superior Spider-Man. Here's how he scales with City Toys Scarlet Spider and Brown Suit Wolverine, with City Toys knockoff of Revoltech Agent Venom, and an AliExpress Max knockoff of Revoltech 2.0 Deadpool, and then with Mayfax Classic Suit Spider-Man and Daredevil, SH Figuarts Arts Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Sentinel Peter B. Parker, Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Wolverine and their symbiote Spidey, and as you can see, Mass Toys is practically the same size as Marvel Legends Spidey. Here he is with Star Wars The Black Series Vader and Stormtrooper, and then to see how he scales with some larger figures, here he is next to NECA TMNT movie Raphael and Masters of the Universe Revelation He-Man, NECA Feral Predator and Savage Crucible Veteris Repax, and finally Transformers AMK Pro Series, Optimus and Starscream. So there you go, that was my review of Scarlet Neighbor or Kaine Spider-Man by Mass Toys. As expected, the figure is beautiful. There's not much paint here, but what there is really well done. How could I not like this black and red combination when I have my channel logo in these colors? Of course, articulation is amazing, as it is on all figures that use this same 2.0 body. The range of movement will give you a lot of fun time when you start messing around with this guy, posing him in all kinds of dynamic poses. Accessories are also great, alternate head and hands, web effects, these are all standard accessories for these Spidey figures. But here we also get his wrist spikes and that beautiful display stand with a custom base and a bendable neck. I would like to say thank you one more time to the guys from CT and Mass Toys for sending this figure for review, and I strongly recommend it, especially if you are a fan of this look for the character. Link for their official AliExpress store is down in the video description, alongside the links for all of their other releases that are in stock at the moment. You've heard my thoughts and now I would love to hear yours. What do you guys think about this figure? Do you like how it turned out? Did you order your copy or do you plan to do so? Are you a fan of this character? Let me know all of it down in the comments. As always, a huge thank you to my Patreon and channel members for their support. If you can also join and help, please do so. Links are in the video description. And of course, to all of you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.